guys, how are you? I have been. Today's videos will be a story time in which I contacted you as my experience when buying my guitar online. Having said this, let's start. Well, it had started a few months ago, since I Harvey went to be interested in having another guitar apart from fact that I already had. This is my old guitar. This is a guitar, a Spanish guitar with nylon strings. And it's not that I don't like, only that I want a guitar acoustic with steel strings that I have already seen previously on the Liverpool Pocket page. And as soon as how I did fell in love with that guitar, however, it had a rather high cost. This was 6,800 pesos, and obviously I don't have the money, so I was sorry for saving and say, is a little tip to tape that worker for a minute. I used a medium plastic bottle to light it with black color as such as why that I did not show its interest since I did not have the temptation to spend I when I saw that it was already some money after I did the difficult beginning, and this was having to willpower to save. I know it is not easy, but I can achieve. Well, I started saving only 10 kinds, the ones I had to give and the avoid spending them all costs because if I spend them to replace them with a ticket and because my function was exceptional. In less than 3 months, I already had 2,800 pesos, and I had completely proud of myself for such an achievement that although I was liking it now, it already something, but over time I became discouraged. Stopped saving what after saving a decisive day looking for the same guitar on the different page and present unpleasant surprise that I found the same guitar was of the 1,000 pesos. This saved my friends because I only missing 2,200 pesos. I could with him two more months prices and I had almost complete 5,000 pesos, and I think another sale page that I could be a missing manager but that well, no but anyway, I entered the pagina. I see that the publication was paused. Soon I was out saw that I is very experiment and if for what I believe in Sayers Boots had no good reputation and I was not going to risk 5,000 pesos. So I looked for it on other page and I could not find something to convince me, and at the point it was when I got to change the guitar for my dreams. I had been to the lost due not having the money, and I completely lost hope, but I didn't stop saving. I didn't less quality, but I not saved it. I stopped doing it then. If the 2 months passed and I a Canon camera for solid 1,000 pesos. It's because I need to say I just wanted to say it's because I want go to another one and try to the camera and everything it was correctly. But one day I went to that page to look for accessories for it, and that was when life made sense to a game since it was looking at a guitar that I wanted for a long time and I only bought for 2,000 pesos. Without hesitation, I bought for it. It needed to enter personal data to the page, suits and address numbers on my credit card. I had no cards and my parents didn't let me there. So I looking for an application for that will allow me enter money into it to pay the guitar and to put in the province that I will had application to pay with it needed deposited the cash in a specific bank. And you you would say, but what is the problem that you deposit and if there were on any given day? There will not be a problem, but that was March 8, 2020, the National Streak for Women. And the Deutsche Banks did not attend shock for 2 Williams because their female staff was not working. So only ATMs could be outside which further complicated to the last of depositing fear after a few minutes managed to deposit and I was able to finish the purchase and the guitar of my dreams. I only just waiting for them to arrive. I was really happy. Uh, the summer arrival to the product was between March into 2020. I still wanted to sit it on the school days, but the March settlement has notified on my cell phone called items size 1. Since it was a shipping company site that my product car had already arrived, the problem was that I at the school that I could not receive it because my store was closed and the nights were closed. Not receiving it was too large. The package is there were still several hours left. To leave school, Sawyer spoke with the parcel clerk to be dropping off a collection center and would later pick him up, which he agreed to. I would be after 5 o'clock. And the problem is that I was the same. The team in which I'm going to train taekwondo in and if was late is what going to have a certain repercussions. Not so good, but I have to face them. After leaving school, I went to open to premise and called the employee of the package wanted to ask in which who the two centers of I left my package, to which I replied that still have in the car, and asked him to please take it at the local, to which he agreed, and after a few minutes he arrived by ended my package and unfortunately meant and I could not record but take some photos which I will leave at the end of the video and the wall is up for this video. I hope and you have to interesting if so do not forget you leave your hand up and if not you shoot the snout.